this is Lee. I am here in my simple home studio with a model. This is Nicole Renee. And we are going to take some pictures. And we've got, like I said, a simple home studio here. And I think you'd be surprised at what professional looking results you can get with a really simple studio setup. So we're gonna get to picture taking, but when we are done, I will come back and I will talk to you guys all about how you can get similar results from the ground up. Very nice. You look like a porcelain doll in some of these pictures. Oh my gosh. Very nice. Stay just like that for a minute, yeah. I wanna work around you a little bit. Very nice. Let's talk about the things you'll need to set up your simple studio. First, let's talk about a backdrop. Behind me, I happen to have a paper roll backdrop. These are nice because it's just a big roll of paper. They stay nice and smooth. You can cut off the bottom and roll out more when it gets dirty. I particularly like those. You could also have a cloth backdrop or a collapsible backdrop. Or if you don't have a formal backdrop, you could even use a sheet or a blanket, anything that you can get smooth behind someone. You'll need something to hold up your backdrop, so a backdrop stand is important. You can get cheaper ones, more expensive ones. If you're just using a sheet or a blanket, you can use anything at all. Now let's talk lighting. I've got a few different types of lighting around me. Let's go cheapest to most expensive. Right here, I have hardware store work lamps. These were, gosh, I think about $19 at the hardware store. And these provide continuous light. They are always on. And the thing with these is that the lighting can be a little bit harsh if it's pointed directly at someone. So usually you'll want to bounce the light off of the ceiling or off of the walls. You can even turn one of the heads off to get a different power output. Next, you could get speed lights. These can go on a tripod, these could go on your camera, and it's just a powerful flash. Moving into some more serious studio equipment, you could go for these Flora continuous lights that I have behind me. These are fluorescent lights, and mine have a softbox on them. The softbox is a particularly good way to go because it will probably give you the most natural and soft light. I also like these Flora lights just because they're pretty inexpensive for a good product. I also have on my other side a strobe, and those are more expensive and I don't know, I guess a little more serious. That will just provide you a big burst of light. Those are a little bit more advanced because you have to vary the power output a lot more. Now, let's talk about the littler things that you'll need in your studio. Next to me right here, I have a tripod. Tripods are a good idea. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them though. You can spend a ton of money. But personally, I have cheap tripods that I've gotten at just, my local big box store. You will also want an extension cord. Make sure to get one with multiple heads on it because, you'll probably have more than one light and, you never know what else you're gonna wanna plug in. So that's a good idea. And lastly, you'll want a roll of duct tape and a good knife. You never know when you're gonna run into stuff where you'll need these types of things. Like sometimes you'll have to straighten out your backdrop or who knows what. These are great tools to have. Now let's take a look again at one of the photos that I took of Nicole Renee, and then I will tell you what I used in my studio to take that photo. I used my Nikon D300S with this 17-55 f2.8 lens on it. This is kind of a middle of the road DSLR setup, but to take this photo, you could have used any DSLR. You could have even used a point and shoot camera, or maybe even one of those new mirrorless interchangeable lens cameras. You could have used anything. This is just what I used. I also happened to use my hardware store work lights right here. I did bounce the light all over the place. I pointed these at the ceiling. I pointed them everywhere to get the look that I wanted to in each individual shot. I even sometimes turned one of the lamps off. So you can set up a home studio pretty inexpensively, or you can spend a lot of money. But you certainly don't have to spend a lot of money. You can start out as small as hardware store work lamps or even just a desk lamp. Now all you need is a camera and someone to take pictures of.